Beat Making Basics.
What's good, YouTube? Beat Making Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe because we're coming back with bangers. Now, today's video is going to be for beginners who are new to Logic Pro 10. I'm going to be showing you the ins and outs, some simple steps to get you started making beats in 2023. If you're brand new to Logic Pro 10, first thing, I hope that you got the latest version, okay? The latest version so far is Logic Pro 10.7.6. So make sure that you go and head over to your settings and everything and get the latest version, or update the latest version of Logic Pro 10. Okay, now once you go ahead and get in, you're gonna see this. All right, this is the first thing you're gonna see. This is gonna be how you can start creating. Okay, you can either create a software instrument track, an audio track. They have something called a drummer track, and then we have some other options as well: external MIDI and guitar. From my experience, most of the time you're gonna be either using this software instrument option or this audio option. Let's go ahead and click on software instrument, and then we'll go ahead and get into creating a track. Now, if you look right here, it says instrument, and this is where you can actually go with your default patches. This is where you're gonna find all your sounds that's in your library, or we have all these other sound banks, okay? This is one of your most popular ones, which is called Alchemy. We'll get into that in just a minute. But, you know, you have so many different options as far as sound selection. Let's start off with a default patch, all right? You also want to make sure that your output is correct, okay? This is gonna keep you from having like no sound issues if you select everything the right way right here. So your audio outputs, you want to make sure that they're either in surround, depending on if you have a surround system, but you know, the best rule of thumb is output 1 and 2. From here, you also want to make sure that whether you're using a Scarlett or, you know, an Apollo or whatever type of interface you're using, you want to make sure that that's actually selected if you want to listen to your music through your speakers. So make sure that's selected. These are kind of no-brainer things, but you do got to go ahead and make sure that you get these things going. You can also create the number of tracks you want here, but we're going to just start off with 1. All right, so from here, you're going to see this. Sometimes, depending on how new your Logic is, you might see a bunch of other windows opened up here, you know, at the start of your, you know, Logic. And basically what you want to do is, as you saw me do here, these little boxes represent like folders. So basically you click off of that, you're just kind of clicking out of the folders. And a good place to start too, if you're new, is this little question mark right here. This is called the quick help button. If you click that, all right, anything you hover over is going to give a clear description of it. So just as you're going through Logic Pro 10, this would be great if you're brand new to the software, or if you're new, you know, you're used to the software, but you're not used to using the latest version, and maybe you haven't been cooking up as much in the software. So that's going to be an option that you want to keep in mind. Let's go ahead and look at your library. That's going to be your first option right here. And you can come in here and search your sounds. You can say piano, you can say bass, you can say whatever you want, and it will pretty much pull it up there. Or we have these different folders that coordinate with certain things. So you got your piano right here, bass, you know, all the different options here. Now, another thing you want to do is actually click on Logic, go your settings, okay? Or actually not your settings, but sound library. And if you haven't already done this, make sure that you download all your available sounds, essential sounds, and things like that, because Logic is full of sounds, etc. Okay, so that's your library, man. You know, you can select different sounds, and then if you have a MIDI keyboard set up, you can actually come in and play it. Now, if you don't have a MIDI keyboard set up, it's cool. With Logic, if you push Command and the letter K is in, you know, K, or keyboard, my bad, K is in keyboard, it's gonna pull up musical typing. If you're looking at this screen and you happen to notice that like the screen is darker or things look a little bit different, that usually means that you're not on the latest version of Logic Pro 10. So you want to make sure you do get the latest version. But this is going to be our musical typing is what they call it. But basically you can use your computer keyboard to play instruments. So check this out. So, you know what I'm saying? Just using that to play something, it doesn't have to necessarily make sense, but you can basically play some type of chords. I use this all the time. Say if I'm going out, maybe I'm at a plane, at the airport, or I'm at somebody's house or something like that. I don't have my MIDI keyboard. I can still come in here and cook up with this and come up with melodies, all types of things. When you have your MIDI keyboard set up, you can also see what you play right here. Pretty dope. But from here, man, you know, this is just easy to go ahead and get started cooking up. Once you understand that your sounds are right there, you know how to create your tracks. Right here, this plus sign is how you create a new track. Okay. You also have hotkeys you can use, but pretty much this is your workspace window. So you'll see everything that you need to look at as far as like your track. You know, you see all your tracks laid out here. Just give a good timeline of your beat. Okay. So usually when people start creating beats, they're gonna, you know, start off with a loop. Okay. Either you're gonna create the loop or you're gonna, you know, use somebody else's loop to make your beat. So there's four bar loops and 8 bar loops. You know, it's probably good to start off with like an 8 bar loop if you're more advanced at creating beats. But if you're a beginner, it's completely fine to start off with 4 bar loop. And then some people also do like a 16 bar loop. But we'll start off with like an 8 bar loop. And pretty much what I can do here is start off with a basic melody. Now, instead of actually using this keyboard here and pushing musical typing, let's use some loops, okay? Because Logic Pro 10 has loops you can use for free. So we got this right here. Click over here to top right, you know, second to last option. And then this is pretty much another way you can use and cook up music. So check this out. We got piano right here. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you can come on, check out a bunch of stuff here. We got instruments. You know, these are different. Everything's broken up by like categories. So I can just look up nothing but drums. You know what I'm saying? And then we can do things by genre, descriptive words. So it makes it like easy when it comes to trying to find certain stuff. I can come in here and look up hip hop, and I can come over here and say, all right, well, I just want just some drums. And it'll get you around, you know what I'm saying? So if we're gonna start off making a beat, basically, you straight up with loops, you pretty much just come in here and just like start with the genre you want first. From there, you can just decide if you want to start with drum beats or with melodies. So if you want to do melodies, you can obviously come over here and just select one of these options, or you can actually search in it. So I could say melody, even in here, I believe. And you should come up with a whole lot of different cool things. So let's check this out. This is all up within the hip hop aspect of this. So this is cool. We'll just drag this in here. And now we have, you know, some audio. Now, obviously it's not extended out. If you're brand new, it's pretty simple to extend out audio. You can actually click on the piece of audio and you can drag it, but you have to hold down Option first. So you can hold down Option, drag it over. You can highlight all these like this with the mouse, and then also do that again, Option, and drag it over. That's a pretty simple way to like copy and paste. You can also use your playhead, which is this guy right here, to copy and paste as well. But you'll push Command C to copy it, Command V to paste it. So you also make sure you're on the right track. My bad. You know what I'm saying? But that's that. Now we have this loop here. So let's say if we wanted to like maybe add some like a bass part. So we'll come over here to our top track, or you would just start here, create software instrument, do that. But let's pick out a bass. I'm gonna push musical typing. I can push the like Z or X to get up octaves. right, so just come up with a different pattern here, and I can just push R to record this. All right, cool. And sometimes you play the wrong notes. That's fine. What we could do to edit that is double click right here and come in and move the note around. So let's just click on it and see. So that should be good. We also can quantize it, which is going to basically snap it to in place to the grid. So they have different options here. You dig, you know what I'm saying? But like that. So let's check this out now. All right, cool. So pretty much at this point, you know how to create a track, okay? Plus sign, and then you can choose the different options. You know about the library, excuse me, where you can actually choose different options as far as different sounds, etc. And you also know about Apple Loops, okay? This is just different ways you can actually incorporate different sounds and stuff like that. As you can see right here, we're building. I'll just have two different things here. Naturally, drums will be next. But I really just wanted to give you a simple introduction to this, okay? Just show you some simple steps as far as just to easily get in here and create, okay? You can actually come in here. This is also your transport area. Push this to get to the very beginning of the track. Push play right here, record. You can, move the playhead around, you know what I'm saying, here. And then also, this is important. You have these different options here. You can see things different, see more things here. So you can see the way, where you are in your musical piece here. Different stuff like that. So it's where you can control your BPM. You can speed this up, whatever, slow it down. You got your metronome right here. Turn that on and off. You feel me? But again, I just kind of wanted to give you a basis of what you could do to start cooking up. Naturally, if you needed drums, that's going to be the big thing for a lot of people, especially with hip hop. I will show you a little bit about that before we close. You can go to with a software instrument track, and this is where you can go to something called the Quick Sampler. Put stereo right here, create, and I can actually drag and drop, some drums right in here. Now, you could go and use some third-party drums, but you could also use some drums that are within Logic Pro 10's Apple Loop. So they have some sound packs here. You can show these all, but they have something called Beat Tape, and depending on the type of drums and stuff like that you want, we have different options. So let's just do this. We'll do all drums. Right here you have Beat Tape, so it's going to be all the drums in that. So we got different stuff like kicks. So I can pull this in here, and this is cool. I can actually just use this loop as such, or I can come in here and minimalize that and kind of like hold down option right here and scroll left or right with my trackpad or mouse, and I can come in here and grab this sound. So turn that loop off, click on this again. You don't need to worry about it for follow tempo, just like a one shot, but I can come over here, put a little fade on this, then go to one shot mode or something, put a fade right there. I can pull back open my musical typing, Command K, and now I can like put some like a kick drum right here in here and play that. All right. Now, if you want to keep on going with this process, adding snares and different like things like that, keep on going here. Software instrument track, go to Quick Sampler, right, and come in here. You know what I'm saying? You can just, you could use their pattern, or you can come in here and play your own. Okay. So I just always click again here. I turn this loop off, put a little bit of a fade here. You want this one shot, put it on that mode. Classic mode, you have to hold down the key. As long as you hold down the key, that's how long the note's gonna play. One shot is gonna play it all the way through. So got that. So now let's just go ahead and lay down a basic kick and snare pattern. So obviously the snare is gonna be the first thing you want to lay down. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Push R. Okay, we come in here and fix that up a little bit, clean it up some, highlight it by pushing Command A, and then we got our quantize here. I can push around with the swing as well if I want. So go ahead and move back over here to our drum track. We can just add this in. Now let's just say if you wanted to draw this in, you can actually push these scissors and then come over here and draw it in. Figure out the note. And then you can come over here to the grid and you can just choose the option if you want to do the pointer or the pencil tool. But I usually like doing the pointer tool because then I'll just push Command, and then that allows me to go ahead and start drawing notes. So we can make this smaller. Zoom back in by pushing option, holding down option and scrolling left or right. And then we can just draw this in. You can delete by just highlighting it, pushing delete. So anyway, y'all, I did want to just give you a basic tutorial just to kind of get you started here. I'm just joining the track right here real quick by pushing Command J. But anyway, y'all, if y'all want more tips like this and learning how to build beats and everything like that, make sure you go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. We're coming out with, videos like, super often as we can. Jam pack it with value like we did on this one, man. Also, you can go to my site, beatmakingbasics.com. We got courses on there you can grab. You also have like loop kits. We have a one-on-one service that really works a whole lot better than really anything, because you're able to, get that one-on-one help. Go to the site, check it out, man. Appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you in the next video.